Joe Prince versus Shane Thompson. Right, Joe Prince at the table. And joining me back in the commentary box, Mike DeMarco.
Well, Tony, I got to say, Joe Prince, Shane Thompson, this is fireworks for sure. Both top players, both have gone the distance. And I don't think this is going to be any exception to their normal performances. It's my first time seeing Joe Prince and Shane Thompson on this arena table. And I'll tell you, if anybody's comfortable out there, it's these two gentlemen. Getting on the solids here. And Joe Prince looking to bump that 3-ball out. And I'll tell you, it didn't look like he got exactly what he wanted, but I think that's going to be enough, Tony. Seems like that 3-ball can make it by the 12, or alternatively, if he's on the right side of the table, he can cut it square in the top left corner. So I think that was just enough. He's got a tough one here. Back cut on the 5-ball to the right side pocket. And draw it into the bottom short cushion. Great execution there. Wanted to stay on the back side of that 6. But he's still at the table, and it's really where you want to be.
Yeah, Joe Prince, he's taken to this game more than the English game, I've got to tell you, really. He only turned professional over in the UK on our tour. This season is his first season, I believe. But over here, it's been like a duck to water with the US game.
Looks like he's going to try to slide by this 13 to get on the backside of the 3. He's done very well there. A couple of tricky positional shots here, though. 1 ball's a little more open than the 6. Might end up seeing Mr. Prince take on the 6-ball bank if he doesn't get ideal. See how he plays this. It looks like he's got some left-hand spin on it. Looking to tap that 11. Doesn't really get there.
That's not a good result for Joe.
No, but again, the 6-ball bank is on, although a tricky shot here. Does look like it can offer position onto the 1.
Yeah, but he'd have to be very fortunate. I mean, it's a thin cut bank into the bottom left. Cue ball's obviously going straight into that 9-ball as well.
Yeah. A cue ball, maybe a touch of left-hand spin will bring him up table. And he's got the double bank, and it sits in the hole.
Well, he'd rather have that than where that cue ball finished.
Most definitely.
The safe cracker, Shane Thompson.
I got to say, I'd like to play this through the hanging ball and draw back underneath that stripe to prevent contact on the 1, should it not go in. And that's exactly what he's done.
Lost a turn.
Yep, correct shot there from Shane. If he made both balls, it didn't matter, as long as he just made sure. If he didn't, the Prince could not see this 1 ball. So might go into the top rail with a load of left-hand spin.
Try to get fortunate, kick it in the side, or
that's it.
Something to that effect.
Let's see where once he gets so.
He does want his cue ball to go all the way down table, though. And that was really the goal. Try to get it way down table and leave it awkward, and he's done well.
Yeah, he just puts his hand up in apology there because he has left Shane in a very tricky spot.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options, though, and he can put that cue ball pretty much anywhere on the table. So if he doesn't go all offense here, he's definitely going to leave Joe Prince in a tough spot. Looks like he's going to drag this up table up near the 10. And he doesn't really get where he wanted to be.
The bank. He's left a straight up the table bank. And I fancy Joe to get very close to this. I mean,
I actually like him to make this.
It's a straight. Yeah, I do. You can't call these shots easy, but
Yeah, you got to like him to make it.
I think so, yeah. I do.
And he's come very short, but
he's not fluked, is he? He has.
And it's going to hang up again. Now, that's the second time he's played a bank shot that's come short.
Yeah, he's a long way away from that. I really would have put money on to get that one ball bank there.
Well, Shane Thompson, sure enough, will clean these up. No obstructions, no pockets blocked. Perhaps a little tricky getting on the 8 ball, as the 1 ball does look like it's blocking the natural pocket in the bottom right. But again, player like Shane Thompson should not be an issue whatsoever. And he may choose to go down table now. No, he's going to stay up at the top. So we're looking at 9, 13, 14, 8. And a clear up top section of the table.
Just a quick update. We will have up next will be Ricky Evans taking on the Roadrunner, Savannah Easton. Following that will be Nick Varner. He'll be out there against Joey Gray. Second to last match we have in the daytime session will be Dennis Hatch, the recent Legend Shootout champion from last night, also yesterday daytime. He's taking on Jordan Shepherd of Wales. A great player. And then Craig Wadding will be playing Lucas Werner, and that will conclude our daytime session.
Lucas Fricasso Werner on his way over as we speak. Really looking forward to seeing him compete on this table here. I want to say that, you know, he's another young up-and-coming player, rising superstar in the States, and I don't think we've really gotten to see his best in the arena. Decent break there. Doesn't look like he's going to get anything to fall.
Won't be a happy man with that, and you can look at his face there. Disappointment for Thompson. One of the sterner players you'll see out in the arena is Shane. The polar opposite to Tommy Kennedy. Joe Prinsen at the table made a mistake in the first rack, was punished. Won't phase Joe.
I will say that it really came down to 2 opportunities with a bank shot for Joe Prince in that last rack. And
a long way away with that one.
Yeah, he came
short.
We
both fancied it, didn't we?
Yeah.
You'd fancy making it. I'd fancy making it.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the speed of the table, you can kind of just comfortably roll right into it. You don't really have to manipulate the ball much. A little tricky positioning here with the bridge hand on the rooftop of that 8 ball.
Foul.
There you hear the referee call foul. He's moved the ball as he stretched over. So Thompson now ball in hand.
We've heard from some of the greats that a shot like that is one of the most, if not the most difficult shots to attack in the game of pool.
Yeah, he just rubbed his cue into on the top of the 8 ball there, and obviously our referees do not miss a trick.
No, they don't.
Dean Winter, the man on the spot. So Shane Thompson with a super opportunity for him to get himself 2 in front.
And he's looking very sporty out there. Joe Prince kept him at bay for a little while, but once the balls were open, he did his job. And we just have to find a way to get on that 11. Both side pockets taken, bottom left corner taken, top right corner taken. So really only 2 options there. Now, he would have liked to have been a little bit lower on that 15. He could have rolled forward, gotten on the 11 to the bottom right, but
I think he's just expecting a little bit more reaction with the cue ball coming down further. But he's okay.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I like the 12 to the 11 right here. I think that kind of solves all the issues, but he's got other plans.
He doesn't want to go straight here.
He's kind of done it again, but he's looking at the 15 to go by the 3 in the right side.
I think he pushes into the 3, pushes it out of the way in case he might need that side pocket for the 8 ball. So I'd half expect him to just drop this ball into the top left. Is he looking at the 15 in the other side? Oh, ooh.
I mean, fair assessment, but he's running out of options here. Really needs to make a decision.
See, switch. He's playing this 15 now into the side pocket over here rather than off the 3. So he's rerouted, and I don't like this at all.
This is not ideal.
He has made a right meal of these. And it's all because of one slightly short positional shot.
Now he's going to have to take on the 12.
A little shake of the head there. He's not pleased with where he's landed. Nice cut. Where's the cue ball going?
Right into the
dear.
trick.
Scratch. But it was always going to be tricky. Just he got slightly out of position, and I think he took the wrong ball, and that was the end result.
You know,
I think he had the right way. Well, he landed himself straight up at the top, and he made his plan. He was going to play off the 3 with the 15, and I think he should have stuck with that. He's then suddenly changed his mind, thought it was a better way about it, and it wasn't. So Joe Prince has been let off.
Yeah, I think Shane Thompson could have had a slightly better shot selection earlier in that run. You know, in the mind of Dennis Hatch, we spoke on this yesterday. If you have an issue, in this case the 11 ball, you want to get that right away. Can't wait till you only have a shot or 2 to back you up.
No, Shane will be fuming, absolutely fuming.
So Joe Prince going to clean this one up.
In it goes. 1-1.
Right.
Kansas City will be up next. Ricky Evans taking on Savannah Easton, of course.
And it looks like another dry break here. You know, when you're out there and not viewing the matches, you're kind of just waiting for your turn. You know, you kind of just, okay, I'm going to bring my game to the table. But I got to say, if you are a player and you're going to be heading to this arena, got to watch what the players are doing and see who's finding success and try to take those cues. You know, especially on the break. Break is such a huge, huge swing in these matches. You know, just 30 minutes to play, only to 6. I mean, it's just a small fraction of time, and you need to make that break work. Such a massive shot. Shane Thompson attacking these solids. It's nicely on the backside of the 7 to the left side. About 1.5 inch lower would have been a little better to avoid that, but he's going to be moving something here. And it looks like he's done just enough to get that 5 to still pass the 8. Yeah, very, very simple stuff at this point now. All about execution. I think we're going to see 2, 3, 1, 8. Does that sound about right to you, Tony?
Looks fine to me, Mike. Just drags this 3 ball in to the top corner. Just wants to land basically just, I think just before that diamond on the road. Just come off the rail a bit and just so he can just roll the 1 ball into that side pocket and come down the table for the 8. I mean, you could sort of hit it just below middle here and just punch it down a bit if you want. If you're confident in the table.
Yeah, I think that's how he's going to play this. He wants to stay on the far side of the 8. Doesn't really power that, all finesse. Nice touch.
This has been tidy from Shane. Picked himself up off the floor after failing in the last rack. So Shane Thompson 2 racks to 1 in front of Joe Prince.
This is
punishment.
This is the job here.
Yeah. But this is purely concentration. And they both desperately like to win, both of these players. There's obviously everyone in the tournament would love to win it, but these are like 2 really icy, determined individuals.
Well, that's another dry break, Tony, and got to say, it's still the theme. They're hitting it too hard. You know, it seems like any time that they're just firing at that head ball, it's just not making it happen. So I'm curious to see if they're going to make those adjustments or if they're going to try to stay the course. And
well, when the golden break's in play and you want to move the 8-ball around, and I was saying this with, I think it was Eric earlier, that if you hit the second ball, you've got more chance of moving the 8-ball around the table. If you hit squarely into the head ball, it will stay around the vicinity. It won't go too far away from its original position, Mike. If you go into the second ball down, you then bring balls side off to the side rail and come back, and that's when they collide.
Yeah.
And then the 8-ball's got more chance of going on a journey.
yeah, great call, Tony. I mean, if you have the option to win in one shot, why not also take that opportunity? You know, so, I mean, personally, I definitely agree with the second ball break, especially on this arena table. You know, just a medium hit, second ball break, slide it right over into the cushion, back over into the pack. I think that's kind of the recipe for success. And the only other type of break that we've seen consistency is trying to carom the the head ball into the side. You know, that's really the only other way to try to get that success consistently. But then again, you still don't have the option with the 8-ball, no golden break. So I think the second ball break, medium speed, it's really the recipe for success here. And Joe Prince picking up the remnants of the dry break from Shane Thompson as he runs out these stripes.
Yeah, the level's gone up from both players. It's almost as though they've looked and thought, right, the second half of this match will start to play a bit. And of course, when you start looking at the clock, you think, hang on a minute, you know, it's going to be like 12 and a half minutes after this is done, probably a little bit more, but the urgency levels are rising. This has been a good response from Prince. 2 formality pots from him, and we will see the match level once again.
Quick tap, and there it is, tied up 2 games apiece. But Joe Prince now in the advantageous position as he will have the break. Does he make an adjustment? It looks like he's winding up to smash these.
He sort of came across the 3-ball there.
He does get something to carom in the side there.
Yeah, but he's made a ball.
Yeah, but that type of break, I feel like it's not necessarily repeatable. Now you got to get fortunate. That was the second ball that went in.
It was.
Square in, too.
Yeah, the 2-ball disappeared into that side pocket.
Yeah, perhaps, you know, a minuscule gap somewhere in the rack allowed that to happen, but to repeat that.
Yeah, but if he can attack this 5-ball now from the 7th, that's where he wants to get. So the 5 will go in the bottom right now. Then he's going to push the cue ball into these stripes. So if he can push the 11 and the 9-ball away from that 8, everything is open.
Got to be careful. You don't want to make any additional problems here.
Just get the 11 out of the way.
Yeah,
mainly, and he's played that very well because he's got it over to the side rail, so he will now have, as long as he knocks in these solids, he's going to have a clear shot at the 8-ball.
Yeah, very clean touch shot there from Joe Prince. I'd like to see him maybe go forward with the 6, shoot the 3 to the side.
Yeah, because it's that 4 at the top of the table. He's going straight for the 4. That's a really good shot. Yeah, well thought out.
And he's got a nice line here. He doesn't have to work the cue ball much, just roll forward.
Yeah, having the luxury of having that 1 ball over that side pocket gives you an array of shots you can use to play to get on the 8. You could screw straight out, leave a cut into the bottom right. You can actually come behind it, still leaving a cut to the bottom right, but a different type of shot.
Yeah, he elected to go underneath the 3-ball here, and I think that was just his preference. And he's going to leave himself a nice line here.
Now then, does he draw the cue ball right across? That's where he wants to be. Or does he come off the bottom rail with a bit of right-hand English and get behind it?
I think he's going to try to hit the 12. Just like that. Little thin, but still available. And he's kind of got a a little bit of safety with all those stripes uptown, preventing the possibility of a scratch.
Big shot here for Joe Prince.
And he's missed the 8.
And he's missed the 8. Would you believe it?
You know, I got to say, I kind of liked him smoothing that shot versus stroking it with that type of English. I think just firm right through and slice the ball.
I'd have liked to dig it, but softer. It's hard to describe. I'm with you. It was more. That was more of a sharper sort of jab shot.
Yeah.
It's a jab rather than
he tried to throw the ball a little.
in.
Yeah, he tried to throw the ball. Hit a little fat with that outside spin, try to twist the 8 ball towards the pocket. Alternatively, you just play the clean line straight onto that contact point and let it slice right over.
Well, Shane Thompson's now had 2 looks to see if that 11 ball goes past the 8 into the bottom right. I think it does, but it wants to be gentle.
I'll tell you, Tony, it's down to our 15-second shot clock portion of this shootout match. So things are going to heat up, and the pace is going to increase. So Shane Thompson now with a little pep in his step. Quick one-rail shape here. Should come back over for the 11, I would think.
But see, the thing is with Shane, he cannot probably believe that he's actually in with a chance of winning this rack. He dismissed that one. Once Joe got onto the 8, he probably thought that was over. Well, he definitely would have thought it was over. But
yeah, 2 or 3 shots before that, he might have thought it was over.
There you see, he did not fancy that 11 down into that bottom right. He's tried to get on it there, and he's not. He's going to have to play the 12.
Extension called.
And this is tricky. He's a little bit straight here, so he's going to have to force follow, possibly cheat the pocket just a hair. Force follow 1 rail back above the 11. And he's going to end up really nice here, Tony. Great shot. Nice recovery from Shane Thompson.
That was really good. Just when he needed it most.
Floats it in, and he's going to snatch up.
It's a really good finish here from
rack
Thompson.
number 5. There it is.
In goes the 8. Thompson edges in front, 3-2.
Absolutely monster hit, and he does get something to fall. So he kind of forced the issue and found success that way.
Well, what is the lay of the land for Thompson here?
I'll tell you what, they're kind of even in my opinion, but just with that top right corner, if that 12 doesn't go by, I think you have to take the solids. It looks like he's going to open with the 2 ball.
Solids in play.
I think he was trying to stay up there for that 7, but
yeah,
luckily in 8 ball you have some options. He's going to go for the 5 in the side here. This is where it's going to get tricky.
Well, it's a 6 ball for me. It's, you got the 4 down there just above the 8 ball, but it's getting from the 4 to the 6. Ideally, you want to be sort of square on it, where you cut the 4 ball into the side pocket and push the 8 ball sort of past that 10 ball and finish on the 6. So he has to be pinpoint perfect here, position-wise, Mike.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have a lot of time to figure out a plan of attack. 15 seconds, you see he's already just down to the last 5 there, and he's barely getting down on the shot at that point.
Oh, he did not want that flick off the jaw. He was cut. That was perfect as well. The weight of that, he was going to land in that little gap there where he could just roll that 4 ball into the side pocket. The cue ball is flicked off the jaw and put Thompson in trouble.
Karam into the side.
Oh, good effort.
Good effort indeed, but no success. So Joe Prince now able to get this match tied up at 3 games apiece. Not really any big issues here, Tony. Everything's got a home.
But we have got 2 players here with 15 seconds of shot. We know Joe Prince doesn't mind it. We've seen him have that buzzer beater in Iowa. That was incredible against Jovan Bustamante.
Another nice, strong player there.
Oh, what a break that guy has.
Yeah, shootout winner over at Kansas City Open.
Absolutely, yeah. Super player with just his break shot. From where he actually sets up with the break, the power he generates is quite incredible.
And Joe Prince using all of that 15 seconds to execute that one. This is where you have to start getting very precise as the options run out. Nice control there. We're going to see 13-9, 15-8. That's going to be our run out here. Nice touch there. Going to get on the left side of the 15 plate to the bottom right corner.
Yeah, put a bit of right-hand spin on here. Flicks this ball so the cue ball with the spin will go straight to the left of the 15, like you say, Mike, just like that. And that is pretty good indeed.
Yeah, ideally he'd like to be able to just stop the ball. He doesn't want to have to move it, and I think he's gotten that line. Just like that.
Just like that, Mike.
Great execution from Joe Prince. And this will tie us up at 3 games apiece.
8-ball side pocket for 3-3. In it goes, Joe Prince fighting back. Thompson will feel a little bit unlucky.
It's like how many tables?
Trust me, these two aren't amusing. It's a war now, this match.
And that was a very odd type of break off there. Half the rack kind of sat there for a moment. And luckily it was struck one more time to open it up a bit. But this is still a little bit of a cluster. Stripes all have a pocket, though. All of the stripes do go.
Stripes in fact.
And that was definitely less than ideal. Perhaps there's a line we can't see to that top left corner, but
Extension called.
not sure. That was definitely less than ideal. A little bit quick on the get down. Curious what he's playing here. Oh, he had the ball straight in.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a bit of an illusion from our
Slapped it in as
perspective.
well. Slapped.
Sitting with Sam Henderson in the arena yesterday, and one of the balls fired into the back of the pocket. Such a lovely sound.
Yep.
Really is one of the greatest sounds.
We spoke about that when I was out there a couple of days ago with Kevin Guimond. He was out there, fired a ball into the corner pocket. He went, oh, I love the sound of that.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful, wonderful sound.
Prince now with a chance to get himself 4-3 in front. Position has to be the name of the game here, with all those solids dotted about the place. They are the traffic. He's come far enough. He can roll this in. He just wants to get straight or straight-ish on the 11 ball. Doesn't want to be that side of it. That's fine.
Yeah, he's ideal here. And it looks like Joe Prince is going to take the lead here 4-3. So really kind of a seesaw match, back and forth a bit. Kind of trading racks. No one really dominating. But strong performances by both players nonetheless. And you see him burning that clock just a little.
Absolutely. The roster. Tom Cousins will be out in action this evening. Thompson has the break deserted him.
And he's not going to find success. He did change his break there. He did change it up a bit.
All Joe Prince wants to do is make a ball. His first ball is not an easy ball, especially under the pressure. He knows if he misses the first ball, this is possibly then going to go to a 6-ball shootout. If he makes the first ball, he'll win this match.
And he's made that first ball.
Yeah, but he's got the 13 available right in the open up at the top left. You can probably see enough of the 11 to get it off the 2. I say he plays the 13, keeps himself at the table, gets rid of another few seconds. There goes the 13. He's just got, I mean, look, you've got 1 minute 20. He wants to take enough out of this that does not leave enough time for Shane Thompson to run out.
Well, he's got to hope he makes this 10 on the side. Kind of left himself in no man's land. Not really getting ideal position here, but that clock is burning.
Absolutely fine. He's happy as long as he can see a clean pot. I mean, he could go and run out now and just go 5-3 up, and that kills it. But he's not bothered. He takes the 9 ball, he takes the 14 and the 15, and that is enough to win the match. The 9's in. 46, 45. There's going to be another 10 seconds come off here.
And you see
the
him
15 ball will be coming after this. This is over. It is all over. There's no way in the world that Thompson can knock in those balls in the time that's going to be left if Joe Prince misses, and Thompson knows it. He is resigned to the fact that it is the end of the road in the shootout for him. Joe Prince won't mind that. And Shane Thompson concedes the match there. There was only 15 seconds left. Joe Prince goes through to the last 16.
Oh, welcome back out to the studio. I am now with Joe Prince, the winner of our last match, being Shane Thompson. And Joe, another victory, another good start here in the US.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm my own worst critic, but I don't think that was very pretty from me. I think on another day I could have won that quite easy. On another day I could have lost that quite easy. I was lucky that Shane didn't take out a couple of chances where I've missed first chance. His break hasn't done him any favours there again, which a bit of the same story as we had in our semis in KC in the Open. But just take what you can get sometimes.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute match with two players of your quality. It just seemed like that it didn't get flowing, but you've got to go through those matches, and the most important thing is get the victory.
Yeah, of course. You've got to win ugly sometimes, and that match just was one example of it. I've always said to numerous people, but I always come good at the end of these events.
Yeah.
I always seem to play my best sort of game on the very last day, which doesn't actually do me any favours in this shootout when it's the first event.
Yeah, the shootout's always the first event, but is that a part? Is part of it that obviously you are focusing a lot on American pool, but you are also playing English pool as well? So is it just that transition of when you first get back out here and playing on the American tables?
Yeah, I guess it is a bit. Don't get me wrong, but the table's lovely. The table's incredible. It's a new table that we haven't had before.
Yeah.
The cloth is so slick. It's going to take a bit of getting used to. We don't have anything like that back in the UK, which is a bit detrimental to us European players. But I mean, we have to put in a bit of extra hard work, and that's what makes us champions.
Yeah, I mean, the tournament elite table, I've been asking everybody what they thought of it. It's an absolutely beautiful table from Brunswick and the CPBA cloth. But it is beautiful. But in a half an hour match like that, did you feel the deeper it went in, you were starting to really get to grips with it? Or is it still, it's so slick that you probably want a bit more time?
Yeah, I think my last finish to go 4-3 up was a bit of an example of that. When I've had to dead weight the long, dead straight ball.
Yeah.
And with a 15-second shot clock, and I've just rolled it in dead weight and landed just perfect to roll the second to last ball in the middle pocket. That showed that I was at that point getting to grips with the table, but a couple of frames earlier on, I'm leaving myself tree-topped over balls and things like that, where I'm just over hitting everything.
Not quite where you want to be, but I guess that you're still in the tournament, you can move on and improve from there. So
yeah, maybe practice table, maybe bar, maybe casino, who knows?
The options are endless for you, I guess.